The United Nations warned of increasing attacks against aid workers in Yemen. Many incidents have been documented, especially in Houthi-controlled areas. Earlier, the UN accused the Houthis of blocking the delivery of humanitarian aid to war-affected people. This report has more details.
The United Nations said violence against aid workers in Yemen have increased at an alarming level. A statement by the United Nations Office for the Coordination of the Humanitarian Affairs (OCHA) affirmed that most of the violations took place in the Houthi-controlled areas. It said this year has seen an alarming increase in attacks on aid workers in Yemen. The first half of this year saw an 8 workers killed, 2 injured, 7 kidnapped, and 9 detained. There were 27 incidents of threat and intimidation between January and June, compared with 17 similar incidents recorded last year, the statement added. There were also 28 carjacking incidents reported in the first 6 months of this year, 17 more than in 2021. There were also attacks against aid organizations' premises and facilities that were recorded, including the looting of humanitarian supplies and other assets. In recent months, the statement said 8 workers have been targets of disinformation and incitement, including false allegations that they corrupt Yemeni values. OCHA added that such baseless allegations jeopardize the safety and security of humanitarian workers, especially Yemeni female aid workers, at a time when women and girls are experiencing increased levels of violence. In this context, the humanitarian coordinator for Yemen, David Grisley, said violence and threats against humanitarian workers undermine the delivery of aid, further jeopardizing the lives of those most in need. Earlier this month, an OCHA report said Houthi militia obstructed humanitarian aid access to more than 5 million Yemenis in militia-controlled areas during the second quarter of 2022. It emphasized that humanitarian access in Yemen remains challenging because access incidents remain driven by bureaucratic impediments, mainly by movement delays in Houthi-controlled areas.